So we finally getting cross-platform play in Modern Warfare.
And I'm super excited. It's about time a franchise as big as Call of Duty caught up with the crossplay trend. I mean, what, Fortnite and Rocket League and Minecraft have had crossplay for how many years now?
PlayStation players, Xbox players, and PC players get to all compete against one another in one big happy arena.
Yeah, it's a great thing. In fact, I would even say that this is going to set a precedent for other AAA shooters that crossplay is to be expected. And that's great. More people playing together is always good.
Or is it? Is cross-platform play good for Modern Warfare? Let's talk about it. You are now tuned in to the one and only Mr. Merciless Badass. Yeah. Welcome to the...
Why is it so many COD YouTubers try so hard to look gangster and badass? Like, you're playing a game that everyone associates with 12-year-olds.
Cross-platform play is finally here. Look, we've been asking for this forever. Who exactly has been asking for cross-platform play forever?
Pretty much anyone who plays Call of Duty games, and really just multiplayer shooters in general that are multi-platform. Crossplay is one of those things where it's kind of hard to find arguments against it. It widens the matchmaking pool, it gives you larger player counts, it keeps the less popular game modes more populated so they don't just become ghost towns, which is a problem that every Call of Duty game has. A few months after release, there's certain game modes that just become almost unplayable because nobody's playing them and the matchmaking pool is so small. It means that when map packs and DLC packs inevitably come out and split the player base even more, it's not as much of a problem since you're being pooled in with 2 other platforms as well as the people on your own. There really is no downside to adding crossplay to a multiplayer game, and people have been asking for this for as long as I've been playing Call of Duty.
I don't even honestly know anybody who played on the Xbox except a few of my subs, and even them people have crossed over to PlayStation. You know, who been begging for cross-platform play? I was just wondering.
Oh good, I love when fanboys pull out the begging card. Am I the only one that's noticed that? Whenever somebody is asking for something that a fanboy doesn't agree with, the fanboy will call it begging instead of asking to try and demean the person on the other side. It's very subtle. You don't always notice it, but I did. Moving on.
Cause I'm cool right where I'm at. Now, I don't have nothing against playing against Xbox players. I actually think that being able to play, you know, PC against Xbox could be a good thing. You know, it's already a lot of competition with PC owners and Xbox owners over which console is the best and all that mess.
Wait. First of all, the PC is not a console. Second of all, there really isn't a lot of debate over whether the Xbox or the PC is best. But also, I find it very interesting that you're totally fine with PC and Xbox players, and Xbox and PS4 players, but not PC and PS4 players. It's almost like you want to reduce the competition for yourself, but you're fine with other people having it. Because one of the main talking points about Modern Warfare's crossplay is really the people on console not wanting to play with keyboard and mouse users. And I can completely understand that. Personally, like even as a PC player, I think there should be an option to turn off crossplay with the PC if you're on console. But I do find it very interesting how you're completely fine with Xbox having that competition, but PS4, no. PC needs to stay away from them.
But I think it would be dope to have, you know, PlayStation against Xbox. You know, all PlayStation users on one team, all Xbox users on the other team. That would be dope.
Yeah, that's something people have been asking for forever. Even though you just said that nobody asks for it, but you're asking...
But what's not gonna be dope is when we have PC players in the mix playing against console players.
Ugh, those filthy PC players. Disgusting.
In case you didn't know, PC players, they play on the mouse and keyboard.
Not always.
Mouse and keyboard makes it incredibly easier to aim, and it also gives you the ability to aim more accurately.
Okay, those were basically 2 ways of saying the same thing, but go on.
And a hell of a lot faster, right? You take a skilled PC player and put him against an evenly skilled console player, the console player gonna get shitted on every time.
Listen, I get this argument. That in a game like Call of Duty, having crossplay between console and PC could be a bit of an issue. But I don't see why it shouldn't be an option for people. Also, hearing you talk about how good PC players are right now really kind of shines a light on why you wanted them with Xbox but not PS4. I always find that so ironic that the people who are so against PC crossplay and COD are the same people who have super gangster COD YouTube channels where they try to seem like they're gods of the game.
Not saying that you can't kill a PC player if you're a console player. Yeah, I'm sure, if you sneak up on them, shoot them from behind, you know what I'm saying, catch them when they're not looking, you can definitely get the kill. Sometimes you might even get lucky.
Okay, you're making it sound like it's just impossible for a PC player to lose against a console player, when there's tons of evidence that it's more than possible for console players to keep up, or controller players, I guess, to keep up. Fortnite's a good example of this, although it's definitely a different kind of game. There are plenty of controller players in the pro circuit. It's not impossible for a controller player to play well on PC. There's also quite a few really good controller players on Apex Legends on PC, and that's a first-person game. There's tons of people on PC using controllers in multiplayer games. I fail to see how that's different than console players using controllers in those same multiplayer games. Yes, it's easier for a mouse and keyboard player to do well in a first-person shooter, but that doesn't mean it's impossible for controller players to keep up, and that certainly doesn't mean we should just wall PC off.
But 9 times out of 10, when a console player ends up in a gunfight against a PC player, 9 times out of 10, the console player gonna lose every time.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Okay, I find it interesting how you're saying 9 times out of 10 a console player loses, but crossplay isn't out yet. So where are you getting these stats?
Unless that PC guy just got his mouse and keyboard the other day and he really hadn't got used to it yet.
Wow, it's almost like not every PC player is a god, just like how not every console player is a god.
You may not be aware.
Oh, just trust me, your audience is not aware, because you're just going on about things you know nothing about.
We already dealing with a mouse and keyboard problem on console as it is. Sony has allowed some third fucking party, controller maker, whoever it is. I don't know, I'm not into that lame ass shit.
Doesn't Sony have just native mouse and keyboard support? Like, it's not even a third party? I mean, it's one Google search.
But people are already playing on Xboxes and PlayStations with a mouse and keyboard. It's some kind of shit they hook up to the USB and then bam, they got a mouse and keyboard out here with a hell of an advantage on all of us controller users.
And yet here you are still playing Call of Duty just fine. It's almost like the vast majority of people are using controllers as opposed to the mouse and keyboard users. Kind of like how the vast majority of Call of Duty players are on console. This is an argument that I've seen people making that I just don't understand, that letting PC players into the crossplay pool with console is just going to dominate they're just going to dominate every lobby, the game is going to be ruined for console players. But look at the sales of Call of Duty games on console compared to PC. Even if the rumors are true and all 3 platforms will be forced into the same pool at all times, it is still going to be like 90% console players. And of those PC players that are in the pool, I'm willing to say like 10 to 20% of them will be on controller. And then maybe another 10 to 20% will be new players who aren't that good. So what's the problem here?
Me saying that PC players got an advantage over console players is not a matter of opinion. This is fact.
Yeah, it is facts. A good console player will lose against a good PC player, and there's evidence all over of this. It's just differences of the platforms, but like I said, it's not going to be that big of an issue when you look at just the numbers of who's playing these games on what platforms.
Xbox, years ago, wanted to merge the Xbox community along with the PC community and have crossplay between the Xbox and PC.
And they did that for a lot of games. In fact, I think it was a really good idea. Gears of War 4 was one of the last games that I seriously, or at least one of the last multiplayer games that I seriously played on console. And that game had full crossplay to the PC. And honestly, I loved that. I loved being on Xbox with the controller playing against keyboard and mouse players in ranked play. that made me a better player. I feel like a lot of console players are just afraid of the competition, afraid of the fact that maybe they'll have to work a little harder and get a little better, but isn't that the point of competitive multiplayer games, to get better?
So like a smart company,
Microsoft smart company,
they decided to research the whole thing. And they ran tests to see, you know, do PC players actually have a real advantage over console players? And they ran tests in the laboratory like real scientists do.
Source, please?
And yes, they came up to the conclusion that PC players have an unfair advantage against console players, so they didn't allow that cross-platform shit.
Actually, they did allow cross-platform shit. They just had a switch where you could turn it off if you wanted. Again, one Google search, bud. I understand you're trying to bring people over to your side of no crossplay, but come on, this is easily debunkable stuff.
And that's good. You know, you should not be allowed, there should not be anything in the game that somebody can use, controller-wise, that'll give you an unfair advantage against people who don't have it.
Well, you already said that there's console players using keyboard and mouse, and here you are still playing Call of Duty, because it's a vast minority of people. And they're not unbeatable when they're doing it, you just have to work a little harder. I fail to see the problem here. This sounds more like someone who's just scared of a little bit of competition.
Like, that's not fair. I already was looking into the future, and to me, Call of Duty was coming to an end just based on the fact that there are gadgets out there that allow people with a mouse and keyboard to come into the console world.
No. I was with you until you said that. Call of Duty was absolutely starting to come to an end. The series has been really falling off the last few years. That's why Modern Warfare was a big deal when it was revealed, and that's why all this other stuff they revealed with Crossplay and all that is a really good thing. COD's making a comeback, and I hate to break it to you, but Crossplay is the future.
How many times have you lost a gunfight, and then you look at the kill cam and you're like, wow, that freaking guy didn't miss a shot?
A lot of times, in a lot of different games, and it drives me to get better.
You know why he didn't miss a shot? Because he was mouse and keyboard in your ass.
Well, I mean, that scenario happens on console, too. It's not like every controller player is a total bot. There's people who are amazing with the controller. Look at fucking Pomage. This guy's been slaying for like 10 years. You telling me that he can't keep up with keyboard and mouse players? And yeah, I know it's unfair to say Pomage is the standard, but you're making it sound like it's just impossible. When someone dominates you that hard in a game, it should drive you to be better. It shouldn't drive you to wall off the competition. This whole video just sounds like a bunch of whining that you will have to maybe play against people better than you, rather than actual reasons why crossplay isn't good for the game.
You ever lose a gunfight and you look at the guy movement and he was just wiggling back and forth so fast like he had rollerblades on?
Yeah, I experienced that a lot in Gears of War, actually. Gears of War is a really movement-based game, but that's part of it. And that's part of what drove me to be better for a long time. I used to be really competitive about Gears of War, especially Gears of War 4. And in situations like that where I was getting dominated and people would come over and dance on my body after they killed me, it drove me to be better. It drove me to load up some private matches and just try and zip around the map and get a hang of the movement. When someone dominated me back in Halo, I wasn't going to just quit. I was going to get after it. I was going to get better. And that applies to console and PC. It's just a competitive mindset. And that comes with competitive games.
Didn't have double stock on the SOG? No, he was doing it whatever. Because he was mouse and keyboard in your ass.
Or just because he was a better player. Some people are just good with controllers. It's almost like they have a drive to be better.
It's facts that it's not fair trying to compete against a mouse and keyboarder when you got a controller, okay?
Okay, well, here's an idea. What if you tried mouse and keyboard?
So I was already looking at the end of Call of Duty as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not for this bullshit.
I can't get over the fact that you thought Call of Duty was coming to an end because some people use mouse and keyboard on console. Oh, yeah, alright, for sure. Activision is probably really concerned about those people.
I'm not for out here, playing a game on an even playing field against other people on a console with a controller like me, only to lose a gunfight to some nerd-ass, wiggling-ass bitch who want to come over here with a mouse and controller against people, you know what I'm saying, with a mouse and keyboard against people with a controller.
So, playing Call of Duty with a controller is fine, but playing Call of Duty with a mouse and keyboard makes you a nerd. This video isn't biased at all.
You know what I'm saying? How I feel about them type of people, you a bitch. If you are a fucking computer nerd, take your bitch ass to the computer with that shit.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Go play against other people with mouse and keyboard if that's what the hell you want to do.
You're completely missing the part where not all PC players even play with mouse and keyboard. You're saying take the mouse and keyboard back to PC where everyone plays mouse and keyboard, but that's not even accurate. A lot of people play controller on PC.
But no, they want to come over here to the console world because they know that they have an advantage over us. And it's just like taking candy from a baby.
Well, there are the advantages of mouse and keyboard, but then there's also just the fact that COD on PC is so terribly supported that a lot of PC players, like myself, just kind of feel bummed out because we like Call of Duty. Now, I've never used mouse and keyboard on console, but I'm willing to bet a lot of the people that do use mouse and keyboard on console COD games are doing so because they just don't really have an option to play the game on PC. Yeah, I know the games exist on PC, but the last few years of COD on PC have been rough. And if Activision isn't going to give us the option to play on our platform, yeah, we might as well just play on someone else's platform. And if Sony and Microsoft are going to give us the option to use whatever controller input we want, yeah, we're gonna do that. Everyone here is playing within the rules.
So, is cross-platform play good for Modern Warfare? Fuck no!
Alright, so Modern Warfare crossplay is bad because you're going to be challenged by PC players. Sometimes. Maybe a little bit. You're so against the idea of sometimes being challenged in a competitive multiplayer shooter that nobody should have crossplay.
So long if you allowing PC players into this pool, fuck no! PC players belong in a world by themselves. And I already know what you typing or already typed in the chat. They're gonna keep those guys separate. Yeah, I've heard it already. You're only gonna play against PC players if you port it up with the PC player. That's all speculation. You're assuming that that's gonna be it.
Okay, so the people who are speculating about the crossplay are bad, but you speculating about the advantages of the keyboard and mouse and just making assumptions about all PC players, that's perfectly fine.
Nobody told you anything about that. I'm reading straight from the horse's mouth, and let's take a look. Hold on, let's get back where I was at.
Wait, you're reading this straight from the horse's mouth, so where's the source?
This is what Infinity Ward said. We plan for Modern Warfare to be played together across PC and console through crossplay support. They want the game to be played together across PC and console. What does that mean?
Yes, all three platforms will be playing together. Get over it. Learn to adapt.
That means we mixing all up with everybody. What this means is that you're gonna get dominated on by whoever got a mouse and keyboard in your lobby, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Nothing.
Well, I can tell you with the surety that you're going to get absolutely shit on with this kind of mentality. Let me tell you that. No doubt in my mind, you are going to have a terrible time against PC players if you just automatically admit defeat.
It's just like your daddy not leaving the door open, but your daddy opening the door to let the big bad man come in the house and rape you.
This sounds like a perfectly accurate analogy. I'm excited to hear the rest.
How dare they allow mouse and keyboard to come into the fucking console world?
They already did that. I hate to break it to you, they already did that. That's been going on for a while. Mouse and keyboard support on consoles been around for a while now. This was just the next natural step.
Xbox already did the research.
As the link in the description clearly shows. Wait.
If I know about it, then everybody should know about it. Cause I ain't no researching ass nigga.
2 hours later.
So everyone should know about this thing that you just made up. Apparently you think Microsoft did research in a lab, so they never enabled crossplay, which I couldn't find that study. But even if that study is real, they did allow crossplay. There is crossplay in Microsoft exclusives. So what are you on about right now?
So I know that Sony knows about it. Sony got pissed me off already allowing people to use a mouse and keyboard with the PlayStation. That's already unfair. I'm mad about that shit. I still haven't done the commentary on that.
Oh, goody. I can't wait for that one.
And now we dealing with cross-platform play between all the consoles, including PC. I'm upset about that shit. I'm mad about it. I'm happy about the whole vibe of Modern Warfare. You know what I'm saying? Being all gruesome and gritty and controversial and oh my god and all that type of shit. I love oh my god type of shit. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. I'm really excited for the game, honestly. I'm cautious, but from what I have heard, it sounds to me a lot like Spec Ops The Line, which I am completely down for. I mean, if that's true and we're getting another kind of Spec Ops-y kind of game, and all the stuff about like the hyper-realism and all that stuff, and the controversial topics and all that's true, oh, buddy, my cheeks are spread.
You know what I'm saying? I hate this PC politically correct world. Oh my god, they don't want to offend anyone. They don't want to be too gruesome. No, bring on the grime. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, me too. This is where I'm on your side, man. I wanted Call of Duty to evolve, and it's evolving. But I guess you only want some parts of evolution for games, I guess. The parts that favor you.
A soft reboot of Modern Warfare. Like, it didn't sink in until, like, last night. And I realized, damn, we doing Modern Warfare all over again. Which I'm not really upset about it, but I'm kind of disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't want to do another remake. You know, we're doing the same shit, but just I guess we're gonna do it bigger and better this time. You know, I guess that's cool, but I kind of wanted something new. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, but you just said you were excited about it like 30 seconds ago.
But I'm not gonna complain about that.
Yeah, no, you have other things to complain about. I got you.
You know, I'm happy about everything I done heard about so far. We supposed to be, you know, the game's supposed to not have specialists, which is cool, but I seen that we're gonna have operators, which ain't that the same fucking thing?
No, from what we know, the operators are just gonna be cosmetic things.
You know, even though they don't have special abilities and weapons and shit, like, I just want it to be me. Am I the only person who just wanted to be me? You know, say, give me the ability to make a generic character how I want him to look and dress him how I want him to look. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we don't know if that's going to be in the game or not. Honestly, I'd be pretty surprised if it wasn't, because Ghosts had character customization, Infinite Warfare had character customization to a certain point. I don't see a reason why we won't have character customization outside of these announced operator packs.
You know, we still got these little characters in the game. They just love having characters in the game. Like, I just want to be myself. I don't want to be a character.
Okay, this is completely besides the point of the video, but, I mean, from what I understand of the operators, they are cosmetic only. They are basically costumes. And I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong, but from all the research that I've done, that's what it's looking like. And I'm perfectly fine with that.
But I'm not going to complain about it, man. I can't wait till we get a multiplayer reveal. You know, I was definitely disappointed that we only got a campaign reveal, but, you know, it is what it is, man. But this cross-platform play shit, let me know how y'all feel about it.
Oh, I'll make sure to do that.
You know? The only way that it could work is if it works like people are assuming, and that, you know, PC players are going to be playing against other PC players unless you decide to party up with a PC player. Well, then, of course, your asshole is going to be a, you know, open season.
I actually really like this guy.
So I advise you to never party up with a PC player, because you're going to definitely be playing against other PC players. But seeing as how I don't think Sony definitely don't give a fuck. And I don't think Activision give a fuck either.
No, they do give a fuck. They absolutely give a fuck. That's why they're doing it.
I'm pretty sure I'd be willing to bet money that we gonna be in lobbies, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, all in the same lobby.
Well, then you better get the lube, because with an attitude like this, you're gonna be having a rough time.
I hope that the PC users put PC in a gamer tag, which I'm sure they will, because they like super proud of themselves.
Yes, all the PC player, we're gonna put PC in our gamer tags, for sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which they should be ashamed of themselves, you know. Pick on someone your own size. Yeah, bitch. Pick on somebody your own fucking size.
So you're telling PC players to pick on someone their own size, but at the beginning of this video, you were perfectly okay with Xbox and PC players playing together.
Y'all niggas weak, man.
Yeah, we're weak. Coming from the guy who wants to wall off all possible competition.
Everybody with a mouse and keyboard on console, you a weak ass bitch. And I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. I've been wanting to say that shit for a long time, but I didn't make the comm, so now we got to deal with it now.
Oh darn.
But yeah, man, I'm not for that shit. So let the complaining begin. You know, if we basing it off of what Infinity Ward said, they're gonna be merging the communities. They're not gonna give a fuck what console you own or if you're on a PC or not. So,
well, yeah, that's how it should be. It shouldn't be the Call of Duty PC community and the Call of Duty PS4 community. It should just be the Call of Duty community. I'm still failing to see what's wrong with that.
Man, honestly, I hate to say it, but if that's the case, like, I'm out the door. Like, I'm already planning my escape.
Well, it's not really something you have to plan. You can just, uninstall the game and move on, but,
My exit from the game. Because, we got these mouse and keyboarders on console. That's ruining Call of Duty. Not only Call of Duty, but it's ruining first-person shooters in general.
All right, so I go back to what I said before. Why not try playing with mouse and keyboard if you think it has such a massive advantage?
So if you don't pick up a mouse and keyboard, you're gonna get left behind. How you feel about that? But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to pimp slap the piss out of that like button for your boy.
I honestly can't tell if he's playing a character or not. It's kind of the way it is with a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers. I can't tell if they're trying to be ironic and just missing the irony, or if they actually think they're this badass for playing Call of Duty. Look, my thoughts on crossplay are this. I think console players should have the option to opt out of PC crossplay. They should do it like Gears 4, where there's a little switch in the settings menu that you can turn off. But I also think that if there is no option, and the rumors are true that all three systems are going to be playing together at all times and there's no option, I also think console players are blowing it way out of proportion. Because like I said, the PC Call of Duty sales are so much lower than console. And even in the PC community, not everyone's good at Call of Duty, man. Some people on the PC are playing on controller. Some people are playing on mouse and keyboard and they're fucking terrible. So no, even if there is full crossplay on Modern Warfare, the game is not going to be ruined and overrun with mouse and keyboard players. This should be a motivation for you to get better at playing, instead of just avoiding the competition. But I understand that wouldn't really make for a good video title. Toodles.